Let me say, anything that affects the education of our children is of much concern to me, because I believe sincerely that without education, I will not be privileged to be sitting where I am. I've come from a community where it was really difficult to get a child to get himself or herself focusing on education. And so I know what education has done for me. And I said I don't joke with education of my family or anybody who comes into a sort of a relationship with me. I try as much as possible to advise the person to take education more seriously. Unfortunately for me, in this particular Wasi, I have my own son. I have two nephews and one niece, all involved. So I was particularly interested in it. But let me say one thing. I am not surprised about the results. I'm not surprised in two ways. One, I think as a nation and as parents and guardians, we've been taken in by the modern trends and, let me say, the technical innovations we see in our life. And as such, our children are not focusing too much on what will make them, let me say, concentrate on their education. Social media and technology has become much more of interest to children than having time sitting down and reading. When we were growing up, we didn't have the benefit of technology. So you have to go to the library, search for the books, and read them. Today, you see children spending more time on tablets, on phones, and on what they call the play boxes, instead of their books. And technology has made it possible. Sometimes when you even query them about what they are doing, they tell you they are reading. What are they doing? Reading, e-book. Reading. So you wouldn't really know whether they are reading, truly they are reading, or they are watching something which is irrelevant and inappropriate. When we're doing the manifesto before the elections, we had the education, the people, professionals, the technical people in the education sector telling us that one of the things we must look at critically is how to deconcentrate, focus on tablets and social media and the rest, because it's making the children lazy. They are not able to really articulate their own intelligence and God-given intellectual capabilities. Two, they said that we should focus more on the foundation, the basic school, and make sure that the children get a grounding, because at that level, there's not too much emphasis on electronic means of teaching, so that the children get a grounding and a sort of foundation they need to be able to grow. And they didn't mince words in telling us that they think that there has been poor governmental interference in the management of education in the past. That is when I got to know, well, they said it, and I even asked a question why they didn't say it. They said, well, the environment at the time was not conducive for people to openly criticize what government is doing with education. They thought that government's desire to make the successes or the achievement of the free SHS policy become so, let me say, appealing to Ghanaians, and make government undertake certain decisions as far as education is concerned, and which has affected the children. For example, they mentioned the issue of past questions.
Honorable, who are they?
I mean, education professionals who were consulted when we were writing the manifesto. And they said those things do not make the children prepare themselves well to understand the various formula and the various principles underpinning certain questions. You understand? Because they fully focus on this sort of question, how to answer it. You know? So as soon as the question is tinkered with in a bit, it gets the children confused. And talking to somebody just 3 days today, he said that is what affected most of the people who, the children who wrote this exam, especially in commerce. He said that there has been some system of questioning that has been there all the time, and the way it's been answered.
Yeah.
In this particular exam, the question was tinkered with a bit, and the way to answer it was also tinkered with. But because they were used to that type, of I think they all used the old this thing, and most students failed in that paper. Only those who were a bit on their own were those who really excelled. And he made mention of 3 questions. I didn't see the question paper, so I thought it was. But he was being blunt in telling me what happened. The other issue has to do with the fact that he thinks that the way we are running the schools now is problematic. And I've had that notion for some time now. Look, you see, these fingers are not equal.
True.
So you can't have all education institutions being equal.
True.
I admire Educhum, but I've had this exchange with him in Parliament before, not in the, let me say, in a friendly manner. I told him his desire to make every school opened and accessible for everybody is wrong. The whole world, we have levels in every aspect. It is your performance that will take you up. So create the environment of competition so that the poor child, even in a small village in the northern region, by his performance, can go to Mfanspem.
Yeah.
Don't say because you want to break down the exclusivity of Mfanspem, then anybody is going to Mfanspem. When you do that, you end up sending certain children to Mfanspem who will find the environment a bit more overwhelming.
Yeah.
Timidity will set in, and they will not be able to break out of that shell after the time they leave the school.
Sure.
2, what you are doing is that you are bringing a certain level of students to come into an environment where the level, the general level there is also a bit higher.
Above them. Yeah.
So when you do that, but then if you have the old system, Prempe is Prempe, Opokwari is Opokwari, Mfanspem. We know the children, we know those who go there. Then you build up those schools under that level to also bring, because slowly certain schools that hitherto people didn't think about are building up. And today I can tell you, Nana, according to the experts, some of the best schools are not in Mfanspem.
Okay.
They are not Opokwari. I was surprised when I wanted a school for my son. An educationist told me, take him to Sunyani St. James Seminary.
St. James, yeah.
I took my son to St. James. I was surprised I met the Asante Hine's son there. So they were classmates.
Right.
The managing director of EcoBank, his son, was there. They said, is it Winchi Adventist Girls? One of the best girls' schools. Manfi Methodist Girls.
Yeah.
They've even won international awards. So it is not build up. Let the community get involved. Let the people get involved and build up those schools.
Yeah.
And very soon, they also, because Mfanspem did not become Mfanspem overnight. Opokwari did not become Opokwari overnight.
Yeah.
So when it is your desire that within a short time, you want to dilute that every status of Mfanspem or Opokwari,
which has been built over the
years.
years.
You can't do it. And it creates that sort of, so when you go to Mfanspem now and you take Mfanspem results, you take Opokwari results, you do analysis, you will know those children who did well in the WASI have had some foundation that befit the status and the level of Mfanspem or Opokwari or Presec Legon. And those who perform poorly in those schools are those who, through because of this system, were just lumped onto the school. It is not possible. There were people who, in the past, there were people who went to Mfanspem school, O level, but could not pass to be in Mfanspem school for A level. You understand?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's a system. Allow the system to be able to build itself with good intentioned policies. But you can't just get up and all of a sudden say, we don't want any school to be seen as grade 1 school or grade. So we are going to take children who don't even perform. So somebody gets 20 and you send it to advancement school. You understand? It is not possible. And all these are the reasons why the Minister for Education, Narendra Disu, has been coming out with these policies. You see, in the budget, talk about upgrading certain number of schools, grade 1 schools, certain number of grade 2 schools, so that you build them systematically. After a period, you will see that all the schools will become attractive, all the schools will be competent enough to compete with one another. We talk about perfect competition, and I think it is not only in economics we should talk about perfect competition. Even in the media, it depends on how your programming and your listening that will make you become attractive to the listener. So I think he may have had a good intention, but I think that we didn't, and that has been the. I will urge that because some of the children who will be affected were very brilliant children, very, very brilliant children, and it's affected them morally, psychologically. All these children. Yesterday, I talked to my niece, and she has gone to Central University to look for admission for the daughter. I said, why? Get the daughter to apply. He said, oh, she didn't perform too well in maths. And I said, she's not sure. She want to do computer science at all costs, and she's not sure with the performance in maths she will get a computer science. So I want to take her to a private school. I said, have you considered the fees? Will you be able to afford? And I had to try to let her understand that, look, if computer science is what she's dreaming about, she should go to Legon, do the course she will be offered, and then after that, after the first degree, she can move into the area of computer science and still perform. It should not limit herself and start to say, oh, then she's going to write again. I said, that 1 year you are going to write again. If you go to university, you'll be able to do more, because the girl was a brilliant girl. What even hurts her more is the fact that those children she was really helping with their studies in that subject perform better than her.
Wow.
So this whole thing, I think we must look at it again.
Sure.
I read the Ghana Education Service statement, and I think they were right. As part of government, I will urge my colleague, the minister, to focus and to continue with the reforms that are embedded in the manifesto. Already I'm happy that as soon as we assume power, the first thing the president looked at was the educational reform session, which has even tweeted the manifesto, the section on education on the manifesto. And I think the issues that came up from EduWatch and all these NGOs within the education sector should be taken seriously. I am particularly happy that government is focusing on the basic level and even pre-basic level, because we need to have strong foundation for our children. Some of us, if we have not had that foundation, it will worry us. There's one issue that I also want to look at. And please forgive me if I sound a bit, let me say, conservative. I think we're joking with the future of our children, in the sense that everybody, I don't know when that policy decided I don't know under which government we decided that exercising strict disciplinary controls in schools are torturous and harassment, and also, I don't know, child abuse. Sitting here, I was a truant. I was really, really a very difficult child. It was the way my teachers handled me in primary school that changed me. I was beaten. I was lashed. I was told you can't do this. When you do this, you'll be beaten, you'll be punished for it. I don't remember once I said it here. I was a bit, I don't know whether it was because of the sort of difficult childhood I got. And so in class, I don't want anyone to disturb me. And there was a time this lady came and pulled my book. I got so angry. I slapped her. The teacher, I was punished, seriously. I was given lashes, and I was made to wash the girls' toilet for 1 month. At the back, I was in Anglican Primary School. For 1 month. And the difficult thing is that when I finish washing, the girls will come and pee. Then we'll go and wash again. And the teacher, Mr. Comey, told me, I'm punishing you because I want you to understand that a man or a guy don't hate a girl.
Never.
From that time.
Yeah.
From that time. Even my own daughters, I can't. Because, and I have a scar of the cane. And it keep on reminding me. It is, I say, corporal punishment, excessive corporal punishment, yes, it's not ideal. But even when I was in infant swim school, even we sixth formers were lashed. The board will not allow you to misbehave. Mr. Don't you will not allow you to misbehave. Today, the environment is the reverse. You see children intimidating teachers.
And it's breeding a lot of indiscipline in our
Bro,
schools.
recently, there was a nasty incident in Odogono Secondary School where a group of students from Kaswa, someplace in Kaswa, invaded the school with their friends on motorbikes, beat up the teachers in the school because one of the teachers had beaten a student or somebody from another school who came to fight a student. And it nearly caused a whole commotion within the community. And I asked myself, when did we reach this stage where students will go out and hide? I don't know the word I want to use. So to come and beat up their tutors and security men on campus. The gamma will say, oh, here. Who born dog? Those days, you see, it was said that the school environment was intimidating for people who don't belong to the to that environment. So it was difficult. And the only time students get opportunity to misbehave is when we go to Interco. Because if you even don't take exit, you'll be beaten.
Yeah, true.
You'll be lashed. And so discipline was there. You have to go to prep at this time. You have to be behind your books at this time. Now it is no. The environment has changed. It's because the teachers are scared to punish truant children. They are scared to talk about them because they don't know how they will be treated.
True.
And I think it is, as a parent and as somebody who has lived the years, I'm not saying we should go back and treat the school children like, excuse my language, animals. But I think that some level of discipline must be exercised. There's no need to reinvent the wheel, but we must remodel it.
Very well.
Remodel it in such a way that children will feel that they are in a different environment from their own. And as such, in this environment, certain limitations are put on you. You cannot do whatever you want. And when you do them, when you go against them, there are penalties that you will suffer.
True.
I think that it will make our children a bit more serious, and it will change the environment of our schools and let academic work become the focus of our children, and not this new system where children go to school because they just want to go to school. It's a worry.
Right. Very well.